Charge!
And everyone's pretty healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got really healthy and all back up to snuff.
Yeah.
Somehow, on that fight, things just went your
we didn't
way.
really get hurt.
Yeah, the cat didn't stand much of a chance.
No, we murdered that thing pretty quick.
So it looks like our bard's going first.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay. We got one spell slot. What should I use it on? So there's how many guys still?
So there's
Wait, 2 guys?
BloodFang, who is the one with the red dot on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 2 of his warriors, which are the dark ones next to him, and 2 that are on their knees that have surrendered.
Okay, gotcha. So 3 total.
No, still 5, but...
Well, sure, but I mean 2 that are not fighting. Yeah, I think I'll cast Fairy Fire again. Here, hold on, I keep taking my character sheet with me. Range is 60 feet, so probably just like right in the middle of where they're standing. Maybe a little bit ahead of them, so that even if they move forwards, they still get caught in it.
Okay, feel free to mark the area for that Fairy Fire.
Oh, yes, for sure. 20-foot cube. So is that 20-foot radius? Or, well, I guess cube doesn't really have radius, so it would be 20-foot sides.
Yeah.
Which would be huge, because these are, what, 5 by 5 squares?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember how to do the little drawing tool. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yay, drawing tool.
Just to give you an idea. But if you use the drawing tool and click
And
rectangle, you can use that. I just put the 20-footer out there to give you an idea.
I will do that. Yeah, I'll put it like...
And if it helps, the yellow circles are the ones that are on their knees. If you can see
1,
those
2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, the yellow ones are on their knees?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Okay. Go back.
Because yellow is a good cowardly color for the cowards that betrayed their leader.
Yeah.
Hey, it works for Sinestro, though.
Or they're doing exactly as their chieftain commanded.
Roughly, I think that's 25. I think I'm a little too... 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, that's 20. Never mind. All right.
4, yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Do here and square. There. That is where I will cast it. And it is a saving throw. What's the saving throw? Dex saving throw, DC 13.
The fire of the fairies. And what does your fairy fire look like?
I think it's kind of the color of a clan fire when you, like, throw some rocks or whatever makes it, like, spark up and be very big and bright.
Okay, so it looks like BloodFang has failed his roll.
What a shame.
So has Ajulu. So I'm going to go ahead and mark them with your fairy fire.
Nice. Yeah. So then, for the duration, objects and affected creatures, so they shed dim light in a 10-foot radius, and any attack roll against them has advantage if the attacker can see it.
Nice.
And they can't benefit from being invisible.
They been denied the ability to camouflage and disappear like hunters would. So, BloodFang,
Hey,
who is
true.
this one, and Aluja, this one, are both bathed in the light as they look at their bodies. And they're just like, what witchcraft is this? The chanter has marked us. BloodFang, we are doomed.
Marked as prey.
Anything for your movement? You good with where you are?
Yeah, I think I'm good where I am. Not too far away, but...
Not
Oh,
too
well,
far.
actually, maybe I will move a little bit. I am a little bit far away. I'll go like... Ah, I'm still on the rectangle tool. I'll go like
I'm
here.
leaving
Yeah,
magical
that's-
rectangles everywhere.
Yeah, going crazy with it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that will be my turn then. I'm out of Bardics, I think, if I've been tracking it correctly. I only have 3, so I guess that makes sense.
As you totally give a bardic thumbs up, which is not quite as potent, but just as
Yeah.
supportive.
You can do it!
It's okay, I'm out of Bardics also.
So, Scar, what are you gonna do? You've got the
Kill
mutant
everything.
BloodFang, who you're apparently
Yep.
running right up on.
And then I'm gonna swing my big ass club sword thingamajiggy and bash his head in.
Or so you think.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 bounces off his stone reinforced armor.
Oh, shucks.
As he looks at you, gripping his spear with both hands as he roars back at you. Anything for any bonus actions?
No, because we didn't get a rest, so I don't have my action surge.
Okay, so you guys saw Scar rush on in there and totally do what he was ordered to do. It just didn't end out as bloody as he was hoping.
Yeah, it should have, but it didn't.
Fry Tree,
He's
what are you going to do to save the day?
He's toying with them.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we'll go down and take on this guy.
Oh, the one with the bow. He doesn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, if he's got a bow, definitely then.
He was totally going to run on his turn.
Well, maybe. He might not get that chance.
And what are you
Alright.
doing to Ajulu? As
Well,
you
the first
know,
thing-
You know this warrior. You've eaten with this warrior. How dare they betray you?
Exactly. Betrayed the tribe that took me in.
Ajulu says a quite hiss under the breath of, "You're not even one of the tribe."
More so than you, as he gets a antler claw to the face.
And you do have advantage for fairy fire.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that's still not a natural 20, but that's okay. Close enough.
It's a hit.
I sneezed, and when I blinked, I saw a 24 come across my screen. So yes,
You
you
did.
will stab him in the face for 5 points.
And then I will follow up with an unarmed attack. I guess a 13 didn't hit.
Yeah, with this.
13
Well,
does hit.
it might hit
the
him.
because he's just
Oh,
wearing
that's
his
true.
leathers. 13
true.
will definitely hit. What are you gonna do besides that first 5 points of damage?
About another 4.
Another 4. As he's looking definitely worse for wear. Some would even say he's almost in a bloodied condition with the gouge of the antler and the bark fist that blasted into him and knocked the air out of him.
He got
He's
lucky.
still on his feet. Anything for any of your extra E things?
No, my extra was the bare hand attack.
Okay, so a couple things are gonna happen. First, we've got Vustra. It's gonna be that kind of guy and run around Scar to stab him in the back. he's gonna come up and try to spear Scar in the back. At first, Scar, you must have thought he was running away, but then the bastard comes up and tries to spear you. Wow. And obviously
Try.
he is so hesitant. With advantage, he has a 6. But wait.
Try being the operative word.
But wait, there's more. As... No, he's not even going to use his hunter shout to help him, because that's only an extra d4. That ain't going to do jack squat. As BloodFang looks at the guy and just shakes his head.
As the spear goes by your head, comes back, you're like, well.
I mean, at least Scar hit his BloodFang's armor. Scar didn't even have to let his armor take it. The spear just went so goddamn shy. And then the very brave or very stupid Ajulu here is gonna try to run away from you, Prytree.
Yeah.
Would you like to take an attack of opportunity when our little ranger tries to put some space between you and your antler claw and themselves?
Yeah, but that's a bonus action?
That's your reaction.
It's
reaction. That's right. Reaction. All right, then. We will give a antler claw.
Try.
Looks like you're too late. He's gone.
An 18, or well, 20 with advantage.
How much damage do you do?
About 6 this time.
Oh my god, he is barely... You shanked him right in the lungs as he ran away and like gas poofs out the air. He is still alive by the thinnest of margins. One would almost say a singular margin.
Yeah, he's gonna bleed out.
And then he's gonna turn around, pull that bow back with the string creaking, and fire right at Prytree.
Where is he, though?
He's over here. He just ran 30 feet straight towards the tree line.
30 feet? Oh, well, no, he was here, so he's just,
Just off the map. You can still get him.
Sadly, he's not got much tricks for the trade there. So, I'm gonna use, as he runs away, BloodFang shouts at him. Says, Ajulu, don't miss! Which is totally gonna use BloodFang's special ability he's got called Hunter Shout. When an ally the lead hunter can see makes an attack roll, the lead hunter can use its reaction, which means no attack of opportunity, to shout encouragement or instruction, granting 1d4 on the attack roll. Because I'm not sure if that attack roll will hit you. But will a 16 hit Prytree?
16 will hit.
As the arrow flies into you for a super crappy 3 points of damage. I seriously rolled as crappy as I could.
Is it a bow or an atlatl?
It's a longbow.
Never mind.
Don't ask.
Where did he get?
In the Planegea book, the hunter NPC has a longbow and no one else does. It must be the first longbows ever invented by them.
So you need to grab you one.
As he takes his shot, he looks at you, and you can totally tell he is debating between running or keep fighting, because he shot you for a whole 3 points of damage. And a stiff breeze
We didn't know how
killed
much.
him. It was a really lousy shot. The arrow grazed across your shoulder, and just like a little line of sap.
Bits of bark fly off.
And Barkley, it looks like it's up to you. We've got
Okay.
the lousy spearman flanking Scar. We've got BloodFang ready to do all kinds of damage to Scar. You've got a giant dead saber-toothed tiger lying on the ground next to you.
Okay. Well, I am going to turn into
A shrubbery.
a giant wolf spider.
Wow.
Okay. Now, quick question. Does this wolf spider look like a wolf spider, or is it a bark-crusted wolf spider?
It's a bark-crusted wolf spider.
So it
Nice.
looks all
I couldn't-
material-like and creepy?
Yeah, very much so. I couldn't paste to the Roll20 chat, so I put in the Skype chat the stats.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you know them, that's the important part.
Okay. And I'm going to jump up at him and threaten him menacingly because I can't attack because I had to use my action to turn into the spider.
And
But-
you totally have advantage with Scar now, because all of a sudden the spider comes bouncing out of the trees there. And this guy who barely flinched towards Scar with the spear turns around as this creepy thing. He's like, is it behind me? What just got behind me?
Creepy one. Yes.
There's
Ooh, and
a
I've got
definitive-
blind sight and dark vision. So yeah.
Okay. So that leads us up to BloodFang, who looks at Scar and says, you know, this under his breath, I always should have been your uncle's chosen. You were not fit to lead the tribe.
And you're a traitor. Stinky traitor pants.
And when you say
Get his ass.
stinky traitor pants, he's gonna squeeze the spear shaft with both his hands as he tries to first drive it into your guts. And using the combat
Fuck.
advantage he has, will a
Oh, shit.
natural 20
Wow.
hit?
Say no.
No, of course it will.
Okay, he hits you for 6, a plus an 8.
Damn.
Ouch.
Those
So
were
14
very active
points of
dice.
damage. And as he puts, for a brief second, his hand against your chest as he pulls the spear out and grips the spear again and says, you are of the pants of poopy. And he goes to spear you through the heart.
Whoa.
Oh,
Will
shit.
a dirty
Yes.
22 hit?
Yes.
Dumb.
For 4 points of damage.
Okay,
Really?
that's not
I
bad.
rolled that shitty? I rolled a 1 for damage. And
Good.
pulls the spear out. As you just see your blood just anime style bursts out of your guts and your chest. And it drinks all over his spear. And he just lifts the spear and you see his fangs glistening with wanting to lick your blood off the spear.
Ew, gross.
And then he looks at the coward next to him and says, if you don't get to your feet and fight, you'll be next. And of course, he's not using an intimidation, so it's not going to work. But he's definitely making the veiled threat.
That wasn't very veiled.
And that brings us back to the top of the order. What is our chanter going to do? Is you have masterfully helped your team. There's an archer glowing off in the forest over here that is limping horribly from all these gouges and punches, but still willing to shoot an arrow. You've got BloodFang, who is untouched. His armor
Okay.
gladly took that blow and had that classic kung fu style talcum powder poof when Scar hit him, and then smeared himself with Scar's blood.
Man, freaky as hell. All right. Okay. What's the range on an atlatl?
Atlatl?
Yeah.
I
Right? How do you even
believe
pronounce
it's
that? Like,
good. I
Atlatl.
mean, who doesn't
It's
love
Atlatl.
saying atlatl?
yeah.
Because
it is a ranged weapon.
3120.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
so-
it's pretty damn good because it's a spear chucker. It's
Yeah, it's
exactly what
3120.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
I don't figure I could get. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I could move. I do have Vicious Mockery, which I could do, but. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I do want to do Vicious Mockery because it'll give him disadvantage on his next roll.
You're trying to
And
keep
that
Scar
sounds
alive.
good just about now.
Mhm.
He's a poopy pants.
He's a poopy pants. Literally. Okay, yeah, I'll cast a Vicious Mockery on BloodFang.
Okay, and what do I have to do?
Oh, it is a Wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too good for him.
For
Surely.
wisdom. You'd think
Fighter.
he'd be wiser. He rolled a 5.
Okay, slay. Well, he takes let me
And
have
what
my
is your
dice.
vicious mockery?
Solid one. I think she just says, you think you can survive without the clan in this world? Like, you can certainly try.
And the rest of the group just looks and goes, burn! The one guy in the
Ooh.
ground is like, oh no, she didn't. She just got chanted.
Get chanted, idiot. And he has disadvantage on the next attack roll. He makes
Alright.
before the end of his next turn.
Okay, and that's that little swirly symbol I put on there just to make sure
Nice.
I don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like, he has a hint of a bloody nose of totally anime bloody nose icon pops up.
Yeah.
So Scar, you're not feeling too great.
No,
You're
but I'm
angry.
still alive.
You're still on your feet.
Yeah. Gonna roar and take a swing at him again.
He is going to mock you. As that 13 hits his stone-studded leather armor.
Hey, wait.
13 his thing?
I have Bardic Inspiration.
You do have a Bardic Inspiration left over from that last fight.
Yep. Is it a D4 or D6? I can't remember.
It should currently be a D6, right?
I mean, we're only level 2, so
that's an Emma
whatever
question.
it starts at.
Yeah.
Emma, your Bardic Inspiration is still a D6, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will in fact hit.
Yay.
Slaying.
Holy shnikey. As you slash back at him in pure anger and violent lust.
Yep.
If you want to shift to the corner up a little bit. There you go.
Oh, little half step.
So I just step into the swing.
And then do a slight stagger.
Do a pirouette. Do a little pirouette.
Okay, Frytree. Your archer friend is wounded and running. You seem to think it's not a problem? Ooh.
Damn.
Boldly stepping between BloodFang and Woostra.
Yep.
I mean, you did see that your friend Scar there is looking pretty bad with two grievous spear stabs to the torso.
Yeah. And we are going to do spend a key point. And we're going to do flurry of blows.
Oh.
Ooh. As you look like a willow caught in the wind.
Let's see.
Oh man, can you imagine getting like hit by like 20 of those little willow branches? Ah.
And the reinterpretation of go out and get a switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So first
And
attack.
I'm assuming this is going to BloodFang,
Yes.
at least so far.
Yes. So first attack with the antler claw.
I could just see how vicious that would be, grabbing an antler claw like a sai and sticking somebody with it.
Oh yeah. How about a
Wow.
25
Yeah.
critical?
Nat
No,
25.
natural 20 didn't hit. Kidding. Yes, your natural 20 will definitely hit, as we prove that the fire of the fairies is worth it.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
7 points.
So 7 more points.
Then we're gonna give him a elbow. About an 18.
18 will hit.
For
And
6.
that elbow definitely makes him look injured. With the slash he took earlier, the stab, the elbow, he now seems to be bleeding from many places and not just his little one drop of blood on his nose.
All right. Now he's gonna get a low kick to the thigh.
To the thigh.
Somebody's going Muay
Sure.
Thai
No,
kickboxer on
the
him.
inner thigh. You kick somebody in the inner thigh, they'll drop.
And unfortunately, the second one misses.
And that
What a shame.
13 glances across his thigh armor. Apparently he's got stones protecting his thigh and his stone reinforced leather armor.
Hey.
All right.
David, you weren't around when we had the when they issued the Kevlar underwear.
No. I was not.
These things were hilarious.
I guess I used a key point before. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
I
apparently I
believe
did.
so when you
Yeah.
jacked up the cat.
Yeah.
Okay, anything
So.
else you got going on?
Well, no, that's an action and a bonus action and a move. So
Okay. So now comes
Well.
the goons.
unless he wants to run away.
BloodFang, no, not so much. And since you're not pursuing Ajulu is still over here debating what to do, and is totally gonna kill the tree man. Even though it's gonna be a disadvantage shooting into an ally, he's gonna go for Pride Tree one more time. He didn't like the fact that you just jacked him up.
When he fumbles and shoots blood in the back, I'll laugh.
Totally happen. But here comes the shot. Will a 15 hit Pride Tree?
My armor class is 15.
As he hits you for 9 points, where he found out where not to shoot you, apparently, with that first just kidding shot. And believe it or not, after getting the satisfaction of that shot, Ajulu is running the hell away into the woods. Basically off the map by about a good, 15 feet. Running, straight for cover.
Still not far enough.
Bye, BloodFang!
Yeah, still not far enough.
There you go. And
It's not 500 feet, so he's not far enough.
Poor Vestre is confused now because it's now a target-rich environment. And he looks at BloodFang. Of which one do I go after? There's a spider made of trees, and there's Pride Tree.
It's this big spider's breathing down his neck. Like
he immediately turns to stab the scary tree spider monster he's never seen before in his entire life. Will a mighty 5, as he trembles and sticks the spear out even worse than when he tried to hit Scar, hit you?
No.
Or
No,
in your spider form, as it's more like an
it
inch
wouldn't
in your
even hit me as a
carapace.
tree.
As he just looks and goes, BloodFang, we
Nope.
should run. And BloodFang just spits back, there is no run. We must win or die. And these two guys on the ground are like, drop your weapons and surrender, and you'll be left alive. The tribe will forgive you if you tell all.
Don't know about forgive, but
And you know what? He is in fact gonna stand his ground because he feels if he moves, he's gonna be murdered by 3 people taking attacks.
Oh, well. He might.
Well, he'd have to move here.
So, Berkeley, in your monstrous, rooty, barky, scary spider form.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Enough to
What
make
was his
any
name?
competent hunter cowardly. It's Vastru.
I'm gonna take a bite out of Bastru.
With
Doesn't quite have.
advantage.
So the spider bite is melee attack roll +5.
Okay. You
Does a
hit with a dirty 24.
Okay, and that's 1d4 +3 piercing and 2d4 poison.
ouch.
Jeebus. As the sappy poison shoots it from your veins.
So 1d4 +3 stabbing, 4 points stabbing,
4 for the piercing.
and piercing. I mean, yeah, and 4 points poison.
Consistency, I like this. As
Yeah.
you jab into his thigh and bite down and inject the poison, which we see his orcish blood turns black and goes veiny up and down his leg from the venom. And when you retract, he's still got the fight in him. He's got the power. He's got BloodFang telling him what to do. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be absolutely fine. BloodFang's gonna make everything right. He's gonna become chief, and I'm gonna get all the women I want from the tribe.
I'm gonna spit the chunk of his flesh into his face.
God damn.
BloodFang! Now, BloodFang has got disadvantage. So his first shot of his multi-attack, he's gonna direct at Scar because he hates you.
Damn.
So he is willing to blindly thrust that spear at you.
Okay.
Will an 11 hit?
No, absolutely not.
As
No,
he is
no,
so
no, no.
angry, Scar sounds as if he was a million miles away with the blood rushing in his ears and the disadvantage.
Right.
Space and time seems to be cattywampus for him. As he looks at Pride Tree and just says, you will be next. And will lash out again at Scar. Will a 7 hit Scar?
He just yawns and
This is not
leans
turning
back.
out the way he thought it would. As he yells at Vastri to leave the spider alone and kill Scar. He is the idiot taking over the tribe. And the other guy looks back and goes, but spider monster. And it would be our chanter's turn.
Cool.
Here you are, nice and relaxed, back at the group, casting all
Yeah,
this
exactly.
detrimental magic.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I'll go here just in case they decide to try to bolt this way. And what I'd really like to do is talk to the guy accompanying. I don't remember his name, but the guy with BloodFang, who seems to be second guessing himself, and rightfully so. Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna try to talk him down with only a spider bite from a tree.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, like, obviously I'll also cast a spell on him if he doesn't back down. But if this takes my action, that's fine too.
So is this going to be a charm skill check, which is an action, or an intimidation skill check?
Okay, yeah. I guess either one, probably.
And well, how do you proposition it? What do you say?
Depending
on what you say, seeing as he's currently bloody, you may get an advantage. That's why I asked.
He's currently what?
He's currently bloodied, which means he's pretty injured.
Not doing well. I mean, I think that she'll just say, you're out of options. You run and you die in the woods, or you make your final stand here with this idiot and you die by the blades of your former clansmen. So, which will it be? Or you could lay down your weapons and maybe be spared.
Okay.
Or have a trial and have the chance to defend yourself.
I will give you advantage with that roll.
Okay. Very cool. Which skill would it be?
I would say intimidation, since you're mentioning kill and die instead of, hey bro,
so true.
Remember that time we hung out at the fire and drank and partied?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You help us, we'll go have drinks later.
Yeah.
You went more Batman and less Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Wow.
And as you say that, he immediately looks at you, and you are the lifeline he was looking for. As he immediately throws his spear that is yet to draw any blood, actually, and it bounces off of Berkeley's carapace made of bark. Just as effortlessly as every spear attack he has made this whole horrible travesty of an encounter. And he drops to his knees and bows towards you and says, "Wise chanter, please, I surrender. Speak on my behalf. Hope that they spare me. I did not want to do what BloodFang wanted, but he was so convincing. He offered me many mates."
Right. I'm sure that the, court of elders will hear out your case.
As he totally surrenders, is now officially gone yellow.
There we go.
Our chanter proving that words hurt, and some words hurt even more than others. And when he drops that spear, he just flings it away, bouncing off the spider, and drops to his knees and bows towards you. Clearly giving up. BloodFang looks at him and just tilts his head like, "Oh shit. You cowards! I surrounded myself with cowards."
Sign of a good leader.
Yeah.
So, Scar, you have lived to see another round.
He hasn't. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 will hit.
I don't know what happened, but I apparently go with the 6.
Okay. So with the 6, you slash him horribly. And he takes like a half step back to recover from your slash, and he is not down yet.
Holy crap, how many hit points does this guy have?
He is refusing to give up.
It's a boss type.
He's got story hit points.
He looks at you, and
he's got plot armor.
He He doesn't even notice Prytree right now. He just sees you. If he is going to die here, he is going to bite on your throat before he dies.
God damn.
Are you gonna move or bonusy action anything?
No.
Okay, Prytree. You seem to be getting ignored here, and it's very annoying.
Yeah. I take advantage of those things. That will be his mistake to his grave. All right. We will stick him with an antler to get his attention again.
We can only hope his AC holds up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, just me?
Oh, 15.
Lucky you had that advantage. You just need
Yes.
to go to your chanter friend and buy her a drink for that beautiful power she gifts to all of you. As a 15
Yes.
will hit.
I was like, oh shit, oh yeah, advantage.
Gotta love fairy fire.
About 7.
What does it look like when you take out BloodFang with your 7
shit.
points of damage with your antler claw?
It's like he's at an oblique to me, so I thrust out as the antler goes right into his jugular and just blood spurts. Goes everywhere.
As he just one hand drops on the spear to clutch this wound. He's like he felt something like a scratch, and then realized blood is just gurgling through his fingertips as he drops down, and he tries to say something, but the words are all gurgled and clotted with the blood gushing from his throat wound as he falls to the ground.
Yeah, didn't want him to say anything else, so figured that way he did. That way he didn't get the last word in. All right.
As he falls to the ground, and you just hear the chieftain gives out a cheering roar in the background with a voice you haven't heard in many years from him, with such pride and strength and rage. The 3 that have surrendered prostrate themselves on the ground for their lives. Anything else for your actions, Prytree, before a certain someone runs off to the woods as fast as they can?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna step past him over here to the tree.
Okay.
And you know what? Just a second. Oh. Bonus or what?
That was a pain noise. Are you okay?
Let's see.
Oh, you're seeing your tree teleport power?
Yeah. So when you finish long path. Just trying to see if it says let's use 5 movement. Instantly know the location of all their trees. Trees. Choices appear. Destination. Enter a tree and move from normal or from inside one side. So it doesn't say that it's any kind of an action, just it takes 5 feet of movement.
Okay.
So I will enter the tree.
Oh, right when he's going to be able to stealth and get away.
And so that's 15 feet. I move 40, so 20 feet, and I come out like right in front of him.
Damn. Okay.
And tell him to surrender.
me a favor. The fact that you did that, give me an intimidation. It's not going to be an actual roll. I just want to see how scarily you come out.
That's fine.
Because right now he is
Sure.
shitting himself. And the fact that BloodFang just gurgled to death.
All right. Well, here we go. I rolled a mighty 3.
As you come popping out of the trees, he's
-1.
running. And Julu is running, and you pop out of the tree next to him, and he just like keeps running right past you.
Clothesline.
You still have a reaction.
Well, I guess I'll take my reaction for an attack of opportunity as he
Sweep the
engages
leg.
and disengages.
Because him running past you would trigger an attack of opportunity.
All right, then. Well, then we will swipe out with the antler claw. Go. Oh, shit. Oh, but he's
Still
covered.
covered
Right?
in fairy fire. And a
Sorry.
13 will hit. Can you do more
Another-
than 1 point of damage?
Another 1 for frickin' an attack. That sucks. About 6.
So what does it look like when Ajulu is running away from you, and all of a sudden you just go right out there with the antler claw in a fatally way that does way more damage than necessary?
Yeah, as I swipe out, I catch him across the back of the head and the ear and kind of hook him, flopping his feet out from under him as it kind of catches, and he slams down to the ground.
Dang.
Still.
As you just see Ajulu bleeding out on the forest floor.
Yeah, it sucks to be him.
I was good with everything but the attack of opportunity. I would have been able to roll a stealth roll, which they're really good at. There would have been a I got away, ha ha ha.
Yeah, but he didn't know what he was dealing with when he confronted the trees.
And this guy on the ground here, Bash Tree,
He died tired.
totally spits on BloodFang's corpse, saying, Scar, you are the true one. The chieftain is right to have his faith in you. BloodFang was a traitor. A traitor. And the other two, already been on their knees this whole time, are like, yes, BloodFang was a traitor. What can we do to prove our loyalty to you all? Frytree's gonna come back and do an insight check?
As I'm dragging the other body back, yeah.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Insight. How do I not see insight? Oh, there it is. Sorry. All right. 16.
Okay, so you
Are
are
they just afraid, or are
fairly
they
sure that these guys were just like basic entourage folks. You know, they were there with the big dog trying to look cool with the big guy, and they are all three genuinely not wanting to betray the tribe, but they were more afraid of betraying BloodFang and ending up on the end of his spear. Shall we just say that if he did to them what he did to Scar, they would all be corpses?
Right.
And you definitely get the palatable amount of fear that they were told, you know, one of them totally spits out that BloodFang said that this would be, you know, no one would be unnecessarily hurt amongst the tribe. It was just going to be a change in leadership when BloodFang could challenge the chieftain.
Okay.
And as you know, you're dragging the guy back, the chieftain walks up and totally kicks one in the face. Not to murder them, but just to bloody their mouth and shut up those words in their mouth. As Scar.
Can I unspider and cast Healing Word on Scar?
You can totally do that.
I would like to cast Healing Word on Scar.
As you creepily go from 8 legs to 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah. The 8 legs basically turn into branches as I straighten up. And that's a D4 plus 3. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. As you do your healing word, the chieftain walks forward as you're doing this, puts a almost fatherly hand on Scar's shoulder, and just nods at you with proud eyes that he's coming out of the blood haze that you recall in his youth. Rumors were that his blood haze, he would butcher an entire flock of creatures before it would stop. But he gives you this proud papa, stiff upper lip look with his tusks jutting out with pure pride. Scar, all of the good things that the trees have whispered of you, and he gestures towards the actual trees and not your tree friends, have been true.
I'm gonna say
The prophecies that the great mothers spoke of you are true. And apparently you're probably like, what prophecies? Because he's never told you anything about that shit.
Well, I'm gonna search BloodFang's body.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy has.
Give me a second.
Root around in the pockets.
Yeah, whatever you're talking about. Go ahead. Just checking out over here.
Hey, I'm bleeding out. I'm in shock. Don't look at me. Don't look at me for anything.
You thankfully got 4 points back out of those 2 big old stone spear stabs to your torso. As you totally reach in to check him out. He has on stone-studded leather armor. He has his beautiful spear. It's got a whole bunch of war trophies on it. He has also a stone totem of the Shadowfang. It's a carved chunk of obsidian showing a wolf with bleeding eyes and some kind of red wetness. And something seems tingly on this item.
Seems what? I'll take a closer look.
And immediately, as you lift up the chieftain, it's like, what is that?
You know what? I'll toss it to the chief, my uncle.
Ooh. As he takes a look at it and immediately wraps it in a piece of leather and puts it in a pouch. He would rather have the shaman tell him what it is before he touches it. He has a pouch that's full of carved bones and stones that have symbols carved into them. Basically good barter items that are worth at least 50 salt.
Wow.
And he also has, as you open up another little pouch on him, because of course he's a big hunter, lots of pouches, there's 4 leaves full of a red paste. Looks almost like, to you and I, like a chewed up and smashed up strawberry, spat into a leaf with a little extra stickiness. If you'd like to give me a nature or a medicine check, I might be able to tell you more. Or if one of your friends want to look over your shoulder, I can tell you more.
Barkley.
You hand Barkley the gooey leaves.
Barkley,
Nice.
do you have any idea what this is?
With your medicine of 8, is that correct?
I don't know who rolled that.
I
Barkley.
believe it was
Oh.
Christopher.
Because there's no name on it.
Well,
Yeah, I
look
think
above the
it's
last
part
person.
of his healing
Oh,
word
okay,
jacket.
yeah. It's
So Barkley thinks it's some kind of, healing
Red
salve or
paste.
poultice of some kind. Or it could be a poison. Apply it to an arrow and shoot something and find out if it gets better or worse.
Ooh.
Or he blew his nose into the leaves.
After that vicious mockery made some of his brain ooze out.
Oh.
Are you willing to ask any of the wise tribe members about the paste? If so, they could,
Yeah.
at least the shaman or one of the wise medicine women could gladly tell you about that.
Yeah, I'll ask them later.
Okay.
I'll ask them later. I don't know. The yawning has started, damn it.
Anything from the nasty little people on him?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Well, outside of that totem I just tossed to the chief.
So do me a favor and give me an investigation.
Wow.
No, it's better than the other one.
Hey, an 11. Let me just double check something real quick. How well did he hide it on his person?
Oh,
He's
okay.
got a blue rock.
You notice in his boots there seems to be a leather map. As you reach down his boot and you pull this piece of leather out, you flop it down on the ground. It's got like rabbit hide on one side that's pitch black, and you can see clearly someone has been drawing a map in classic caveman style that shows the symbol of the black moon and the camp and the portal and the general area where you know for a fact that tribe of halflings sometimes cohabitate.
Hmm.
And from the looks of the picture, give me another investigation or a history. I'll take either or from you, Scar.
It's like all proof to me.
Oh, for the love of...
It seems to be some kind of map that you may want to talk to your hunter friend about to give you details.
Yeah. Apparently I'm woozy from all the blood loss.
Well, exactly.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, me
And-
too. That explains my.
And
Yeah,
if
you're
it-
woozy from all of my blood loss.
Yes.
Wow. And mine too. I only got 5 hit points left, so.
Oh, do you want me to yell at you to get better too?
I mean, not gonna turn
Sure.
it down.
Yeah.
Sure, I will cast. I will use my last bit of God energy.
Mojo.
Yeah, we
Here
need to
you go,
rest.
stealing more power from the gods.
Yep. Ooh. I must like you
Ooh.
better, Preacher.
Well, yeah, of course. We're fellow trees.
Yeah, we're Sap brothers.
So I will... Sap brothers.
Right now, out in the forest, one of the gods is offering to give power to a cleric if they go and find the tree that keeps draining his power and put an end to him.
Nice.
So, just to let you know, in the Skype chat, I posted the items. You've got the pouch of tribal relics.
Yep.
The 4 doses of blood leaf paste. It's basically a jungle herb salve that gives you advantage on medicine checks. And a
Ooh.
crude map that when you ask someone during some downtime, you believe, with your decent investigation skill from the beginning and not so later, that perhaps it's a hidden camp of cultists deeper in the jungle.
Now I was gonna ask my uncle about it and what he wants to do about it.
You hand him the map and he looks at it and he gets frustrated, just wrinkles up the leather map and throws it to the ground and says, "The council must meet. Join me. Scar, have your friends come with. They have proven themselves to be loyal members of the Shadowfang."
Okie dokie. I'll pick up the map.
Because you totally
Tuck it
realize
away.
when he gets there, he'll realize, shit, I left the map, and he'll send some poor young guy to go get the map. And you guys, there's a quick meal break after all the excitement, and a bunch of the warriors come to show up and start carving up the corpse for you, because not only do we get a plethora of bones and claws and cool things out of the corpse, but they
Oh my God.
also, take the 3 prisoners and put them in the TP of punishment. And, stand guard in
Lodge.
front of the TP flap of unlockedness.
The what?
Basically, you have no jail here. They just have an empty TP to use.
Yeah. Gotta determine their punishment.
It may have, in fact, been used as a smoke tent that they put them in there to make them gag and cough as punishment.
I say we stake them over here in the swamp area, spread eagle, so they can't get away.
Holy crap, do you say that?
Yes.
If you say that, immediately a bunch of the young warriors look at you and look at your wounds and just grab them and drag them out of the TP. They got little smoke comes out when the flaps open, and throw them to the ground and start hammering stakes in and strapping them with leather cordage.
Yeah. So just their face is sticking out of the water.
Oh, damn.
Wow. So I do voice my findings of observation that, they were misled and, were earnest in their statements. So maybe not so harsh of
saying clemency.
Treatment may be in, lesser treatment may be in order. I do feel they were earnestly misled.
And one of them is poisoned.
Yeah. Misled and borderline threatened.
Well, it's a single damage poison. Didn't say it was a continuous.
Yeah, it doesn't give them the poison effect on top of it. It's just a crippling, damaging, horrible poison.
Yeah.
So you guys,
That's all.
you're given drinks and food that have been made by the the rest of the regular tribal members as the council convenes at the chief's tent. As everyone says, "Okay, everyone, come to the council meeting." As you've got the chief's nice little hut, it's a little more built up than other folks because that's where he holds his council and a bunch of parties. As he lights up the traditional fire with the shaman's aid that has the color sparkles that our chanter totally knows what the secret recipe is for grinding up the right herbs and minerals to make the fire do that.
Oh yeah.
Totally inspired your fairy
showman.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
All that showmanship stuff.
And that's, of course,
Yep.
the big hut over here that is conveniently within the magical effect of your cool magical totem. And the chieftain, of course, wants the shaman to inspect the weird necklace that seems to have, a wolf that seems to have bleeding eyes. And the shaman says this is a powerful magical item. Very rare. As he drinks some magical concoction that our chanter totally knows is just wine. And
Yeah, come on.
sprays all over the item, and you see the little moist redness around the little totem because it's only about the size of your thumb. The blood kind of runs with the wine. He spits on it, and he says, "This carved obsidian chunk, showing our shadow wolf, grants power of the hunter. I believe a wolf was killed to make this item." I believe it was once tainted by darkness. I will perform a cleansing as he reaches in and grabs a handful of ashes and smears the ashes on it and then lifts it up in the air as the ashes go falling down, and he sips some more of the wine and sprays with spit of the wine across the obsidian statue, and then does it again 3 times total as his hand has got black
Wasting
wine
good
and
wine.
ash dripping
Yeah.
down his arm. As he takes a 4th drink, but this time swallows deeply. As he says, I have cleansed this item. I believe this item was created for evil and darkness. It was meant to subvert the heart of our people. I believe the crack demonstrates how you must be strong or you will crumble under the pressure. And this, from today on, will be called the cracked stone totem of the Shadowfang. As he holds it over the fire and the little cord on it, it's kind of like crispies a little, but the stone, the obsidian immediately dries up and the ash crumbles off, and the crack, you notice like one little chip falls off the crack. And then he says, this is now cleansed. And he hands it back to the chieftain, who totally realizes it's hot when he puts it in his hand, but totally pantomimes that it's absolutely fine, that it's not cursed, and he pretty reliably keeps it under cool. And the chieftain looks at it and puts it back on the piece of leather he held it in earlier when you presented it to him, and he says, the cracked stone totem of the Shadowfang. Who is worthy of this item? And the shaman looks at it and says, those who bear this totem will be great hunters for the tribe. Much as BloodFang was a good hunter with a poor, weak heart and weaker, feeble mind, whoever bears this totem will become a great hunter in their own abilities. And the chieftain kind of nods, and he looks the gathering of the 15 of you all packed in here in his hut, and he waits to see if anyone is going to raise their hand or say they have a good reason why they should possess the crackstone totem of the Shadowfang.
It's kind of creepy.
Scar
I
in
don't want
the,
it.
I poke Scar in the ass so he jumps.
Ooh, give me a deception for that.
Since he's not jumping up to claim it. Let's see. Deception. Another one of my great skills. All right. Hey!
So you have 11. Go ahead and, Scar, give me a wisdom saving throw here. Your DC is 11. Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Damn. Even with the -1.
Pride Tree pokes you, and he tried to get you to, and he like, gesture, and you're just like, And the chieftain looks around and says, does no one think this item is purified and should be used? Is your silence a measure that we should destroy this by fire? And the shaman gives like a sad shake of his head.
I mean, I'm a tree, not a hunter.
Yeah, I'm not a hunter either.
Is our chanter gonna say any wise words at this moment?
Yeah.
It makes you a hunter. At least for
I
an
mean,
hour.
I think she'll just advocate for Scar as well if no one else is stepping up for it.
Ooh. So what is the main bullet point for your why Scar should have it? As you're giving your chanter speech and everyone's looking at you and listening because you're the tribe's chanter. That's their job, is to listen.
Yeah. I mean, I think she'll just do what she does best and tell a story, which is that, like, he has proved himself again and again through combat and other trials alike to be worthy of such a totem through our, like, journeys. And then this battle, obviously.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, as everyone is nodding yes. Even the shaman just like looks up at Scar once and kind of winks, and then looks back down at the ground, kind of disapproving that he doesn't want the magic item burned. As the chieftain looks at his nephew and just nods. And your words soak into the very bones and tusks that make this hut up, as everyone is just like, all of a sudden, one of the older hunters, no longer like active, more retired, totally takes his fist and bangs the little table and just says, Scar, 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 Scar. And more people start thumping their furry boots on the ground saying, Scar, 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 Scar. And the chief he smiles when everyone is chanting Scar's name, following your chanter's lead of your bravery and your antics, and says, the tribe has spoken! A chieftain knows when to listen to his people. And even a deaf old man could hear that Scar has earned the admiration of his tribe. I know you may be apprehensive of touching a once cursed item, but our shaman says it is clean, and it has been cleansed, and it does bear the image of the Shadow Wolves. Scar, and he picks it up with his bare hand. You notice his little taboo is, he shook off his taboo of touching it, and he picks it up with his bare hands and gets up with a grunt and walks over towards you. And in this very moment, Scar, when you're looking at him, he looks exhausted. He looks older than he's ever looked to you before. That rage he had earlier today is worn off, and you can tell it just depleted him at the core.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of those sad moments you don't want to realize that he's getting aged, but you cannot doubt he is getting old.
Long in the tooth.
Long in the tusk. As he walks up to you, Scar, and gestures for you to nod your head down.
Lower my head.
And he fondles the leather cord that makes this totem into a neck piece, and he puts it around your neck.
Can you word that a little better next time?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to touch that one.
He just rubs the leather cord and puts it on your neck and puts both hands on your shoulders and gives you that very fatherly forehead to forehead and just quietly repeats what everyone else in the hut are saying by just whispering slowly, Scar, Scar, Scar. You will lead the people one day, my nephew. Blood of my sister's blood. You will be the one to take us to the next place.
Well, I better find a good advisor because I have the wisdom of a small furry creature. So.
Are you saying this or just internal
God,
monologue? No. Because he would have words of wisdom to that.
It's like I'm not stupid, just not wise.
As you guys proceed to have have a beautiful rest of the tribal meeting, which basically the 3 prisoners are brought in one at a time to tell what they know, which basically is that BloodFang was meeting with some strange folk outside of the village. They give some brief descriptions. If somebody would like to roll investigate, and if anyone wants to give them an advantage, you totally can.
I can give advantage, but I'm not super great on intelligence.
No, I got a 0. Well, I got a 0 in investigate, so
got a
I'm not all that helpful.
I'm a 0 investigate as well, so.
I'm a -1, so that beats me still.
So I'm the smart. I've got a 1. I guess I'll investigate if you'll help.
Obviously, our chanter makes up shit instead of figuring shit out.
But it works.
Hey, it works.
This will help.
So let's see. Oh, thank goodness for our enchanter. Or chanter, I mean.
Yes.
Thank goodness for the
The assist.
Yeah, for the chanter.
Cool.
You lose you, Jim, or?
No, I'm typing something real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Might be losing him.
It was a dirty 20, so I'm totally having to give you some good info that I'm putting in the chat to make your life easier. When you guys hear the spiel from them, they talk about how he was seduced by some powers outside the tribe, that if he would betray the Shadowfang, that he would be put as their chieftain. And of course, all of his goons would receive reward if they followed along in betraying the mostly bloodless coup that was going to happen. Just Scar, the chieftain, and the shaman were going to be murdered.
Yeah.
Oh, just them.
But
at least we weren't on that list.
First, they were needing to hurt the village a little by sending the beast into the village, which you guys totally investigated earlier and figured out, and then butchered the poor thing because obviously it was drugged and it was not up to its full capabilities. It's never fun when you're rolling all your attacks at disadvantage.
Right?
And pretty much what you guys had already figured out was they basically drug and bound this beast, dragged it to the edge of the village, put it in a pit not too far away, and then cut its bindings loose and dropped a pot of dino urine to wake it up, enter prehistoric ammonia, and sent it to the village because the village noises would have attracted it naturally. Yes, a bunch of hunters.
You know what? Go ahead
and
tie them in the swamp after all.
Dan Barkley. Now the question is, during this interview process, as they are brought in one by one and interrogated by practically everybody, what is your guys' input to the tribal council of what to do with them? Most of the tribal members are like, people are a resource and a shame to waste. Very pragmatic orc tribe of, primeval people that even prisoners are worth something.
I don't know. It's a day in the swamp, like I suggested. It seems fine to me.
I should say hard labor of some kind for some time.
Yeah, that works too.
That way you get something beneficial out of their.
Yeah, but the hard labor, I mean, it's part of the life anyways. So.
Well, no, you give them the shit jobs like. Fucking the shit.
Duty.
Latrine duty. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go out there with your stick made into a paddle and pick up dinosaur dung for the fires.
Man.
While all the small children
fires.
throw dung at you.
Enrichment activity for them.
As the council agrees, one member is totally kill them. Our friend Scar here is bleeding from wounds. We should kill them in return. It's only fair. Then another one is like,
but they didn't injure me.
oh,
Yeah, none of them
Scar's,
inflicted the
Scar's
wounds.
advocating. I like this. As the
Yeah.
chieftain gives you a nod, nephew.
And
for
that one guy, it was obvious that he wasn't trying to hit me.
As one of the members who brought
he was
his
doing a bad
spear
job
back is like,
pretending to stab at me.
during his testimony, one of the hunters brought the spear and it has no blood of any kind on it whatsoever.
Aw. That's
True,
embarrassing.
he did no damage to anything except his pride.
There is that.
So the council will agree, especially with Scar's uncle agreeing with Scar's wisdom of we shouldn't kill them. He got a proud glint in his eye when you said that. That you are wiser than he is at your age. You may not think you have wisdom, but you have wiseness in your bones. And basically, they will sentence them to spend the rest of the night and the next day strapped down into the swamp up to their chin to teach them a lesson. Perhaps humility will seep into their bones in the water. And then they will be given shit details.
Does anything live in that little pond?
There are little fish and eels, so they'll probably be nibbled on.
Because
Just
ponds tend to be pretty scummy and disgusting because they're stagnant. So,
I mean, there might be some leeches or something. Or
yeah, it's gonna be pretty unpleasant.
I mean, there's some things, but nothing that would like kill them. It would be very uncomfortable. They would probably have some fish-cleaned feet and, something slithering around them that has them very unsettled all night.
A leech sucking on their,
They will come out of this with a new understanding of what it's about to be nice and warm and dry. Like, good, wholesome tribe members. And that they will be sentenced for 3 big moons of doing whatever duties any tribe member tells them to do, including the younglings. As there's a little window flap with leathers as this group of the younger tribe members listening, and they're just like, we're gonna come up with some shit. Nice. No youngling is going to do any of their chores for the next 3 full moons.
And good for them.
And they will spend at least one cycle of the sun stick collecting firewood for the grand fire every day. As is befitting their attempt to prove that they're valid tribe members again. And then after they're 86th from the meeting and you guys are brought in and food, you've had a long rest, you feel good about this. As the chieftain looks kind of, forlorn and sad afterwards and gestures for his nephew and friends to come sit at his table once he excuses the old OG crew.
OG crew.
These are all the folks that grew up under his heyday. His adventure party.
Aww.
As he has you all sit down and they bring, burning oil bowl for more light. As he throws the map down on the table and says, "This unsettles me. This makes me worry about our tribe's future. What do you think, nephew? What do you think, friend trees? What do you think, wise chanter?"
I said we need to check it out after a good night's rest, though. As Scar just sits there, like, swaying back and forth, ready to pass out.
every couple minutes, one healer or another comes by and shoves a different pulcus into your armor openings.
Yeah.
One puts
Just
a
your
yellow
open wounds.
flower one, another puts a purple flower one in there, and they're all like, this will keep you from having the fever. This one will keep it from running pussy. This one will make you sleep like horse.
Really need that last one.
Yeah.
As he kind of gives you guys the look of, Scar, my nephew, I hate to ask this of you, but I trust you beyond doubt. I do not trust any others that BloodFang could have tempted to betray the tribe. These three will try to earn their right to be members of the Shadowfang.
Did anybody ask if there's anybody else involved outside of the 5 of them?
No one said the words many people you think are thinking, but are afraid to ask. Nobody wants to pull the trigger on a witch hunt.
Oof.
A lot of the council members are afraid of saying it because, you know, in the annals of history, chanters have told tales of brother against brother because of perceived slights. So as the moment goes,
Yeah, because
they're
they could just
trying
say
to
anything.
be
Yeah.
chill. They don't want to say that because if they say no, are they telling the truth or are they lying? And then people
Yeah.
will start getting paranoid. And some of their family members might end up dead in the woods, and then blood feuds start that way. They want to know the question, but they don't want to know the answer. So for the moment, you definitely get the feeling that the chieftain and the shaman are just like letting that go and keeping their eyes open.
I don't have enough social skills to chance it, so I won't say shit.
Yeah.
Pride Tree's just going to sway in the wind like a good tree should.
Let's see. Well, I do have a charisma of 12, so, you know, I got that +1 going for me.
Hey!
I mean, you could always take them on the side.
Yeah, no, I was going to, yeah.
You could always have a one-on-one
Intimidate
after things break and folks go back to the tribe fire, and you guys have the rest of the evening.
You go talk to
Yeah.
him while he's there in the water, and oops, you went under. Oh, what was that?
You did have them up to their chins, so it doesn't take more than a footstep to drop you down in the water.
Yeah. Little splashy while they're trying to breathe.
Somebody might have some intimidation skills. I don't.
I do.
Okay. So as the council breaks, your chieftain uncle gets the idea of how long do you think you would need to prepare for this journey?
I say 2 days.
I mean, depending on healing, yeah.
Yeah, we got to rest. And then gather. I mean, as far as we can tell from the map, if it is to scale, how long of a trip would this be?
It would probably be a 4 days if everything goes smooth. More likely 6-day round trip.
Oh, round trip. Okay.
Round trip, yeah.
Yeah, but then we got to add another day or two to get lost because that seems to be what we do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, so we'll take a day to rest and then a day to prepare and then head out.
Okay.
Yeah.
As he lets you know that the shaman and I have spoken about this, and we both agree that you would be a smart group to send because you are beyond doubt as pure, honorable members of the Shadowfang. And of course, 3 of you hearing this for the first time really do feel that, aw. Scar, of course, knows I'm your nephew. Nepotism. It either gets you killed or promoted in this primitive primate age.
Yep.
A god-touched, a orc warrior of the oldest bloodline, and our 2 friends who are ones with nature themselves. You can do
Badass.
this and find what information you can and return to us if we should flee further into the green or if we should stay for the rest of the season.
Or just a full-on raid, tribal raid. Ah.
And according to the shaman, you should be able to return before the black moon rises again. Remember, that's going to
Oh, that's
happen in
right.
about 13
Yeah.
days.
Well, if we have to, we can go right from the camp to where we need to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go talk to these dweebs. Okay, plebeians.
Little encouragement.
Okay, so you go up,
Oh,
and there's two hunters sitting there with their spears and a couple
Wait.
throwing stones, holding guard over where they're stuck out in the swamp.
I'm
Got
gonna
this.
pat Scar on the back and say, "You got that." I'm gonna give him some guidance. Gonna tell him, pick on the small one.
Somewhere
Can I
off in the
cast, like-
distance, the tree god of the forest is going, "Why does my wisdom feel like it's draining?"
Well, I'm gonna go up to one of the guys that immediately surrendered.
Okay, what do you... Now, there's two guards posted as watch.
Oh, I'll tell the guards to give us a few minutes.
Go take a break.
Give me a persuasion with advantage, because these guys will totally listen to you, because you're Scar the Great.
Yeah.
Scar the Wounded. Holy
Nice.
crap, you don't need advantage. You throw out dirty 20s like that. And they immediately, they just give you the forearm version of the fist bump, you know, that crossing your arms and bang them together.
Yeah.
The OG fist bump, which is the wrist to wrist kind of bang. And they basically go find some food to eat over at the clan fire.
Go take a smoke break.
Pull out the little
Smoke 'em if
pouch.
you got 'em.
Pull out a leaf. Put some other green stuff in the green leaf. Roll it up and start smoking it.
Yeah.
So you have privacy with the three prisoners nervously looking at you with just the glow of the clan fire coming across the water.
Okay. Now I'm gonna not whisper, but just quietly talk to him and say, "Hey, man, keep it down. I don't want your other guys to, your other buddies to hear this. But outside of the five of you, was anybody else involved in this?"
And which one of the three are you asking? Or are you just asking all three?
I'll ask them all three, just one at a time. We'll start with, yeah. I mean, the two that surrendered, and then the last one will be the idiot that couldn't stab the ground.
Okay. So the first one's just like, I know BloodFang was working with some other people, but I unfortunately don't know anything. I was the last recruited. Does someone want to give me an insight check?
Did somebody have better than?
I got a 1.
I got a 3.
Well,
And,
there you
where's
go.
my insight? I also got a 1, so.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 3.
yeah, the 3.
Oh, go for it.
No, that's you, man. You.
Oh, I thought Traitor had a 3.
Oh, Bart
Oh,
Mike.
you said 3.
I did. I thought you said 3 also.
Oh,
I
for
said
the love
go
of-
for it.
Wait,
And-
did somebody want to give me advantage so I could have 7 instead of 1?
Too late with your natural 1. And immediately, Barkley totally believes this kid. He's young, he's dumb, he doesn't know jack.
Wait, the kid or me?
Yes.
Yes.
With the natural 1 you rolled, yes. All of a
Yes.
sudden you're distracted by a lily pad that you think you may have had relationships at one point.
Oh, yeah. But it was clingy, so.
Okay, we'll go to the next one. Ask the same question.
Okay. You ask him the same question, and he's just like, kind of looks to the left, looks to the right, gestures with his nose for you to come real close so he can whisper real quietly. As he starts to look around, and he says, "If what I heard was true, BloodFang spoke of at least one other orc in this village who was working with him to undermine the chief. But I do not know who they are."
Okay.
Another cell.
Okay, now for the incompetent one.
Sophisticated orcs.
Okay? So give me a persuasion check for him.
Can I cast thaumaturgy to make his voice like boom a little louder, or like the forest
we don't
respond?
want. No.
Oh, we don't want that.
No.
As your voice booms across the water's surface, everyone pops out of their huts.
No, because we don't want them to influence. We don't want one to influence the other's answers.
Okay,
As-
that's fair.
as
What
he
else does
immediately
thaumaturgy do?
looks at you, Scar, and says, "I can tell you that BloodFang worked with at least 2 others in the village, but I don't seem to recall who they are. Just that they were supporting his plan as long as he didn't involve any of their family members. Even though we are all one in the Shadowfang. And I am saddened by this."
So we have 1 or possibly 2. Oh, whatever.
And is anyone going to insight check this one?
Well, I don't trust Barkley.
Every
And-
makes a mistake. Go for
Wait,
it,
you
Barkley.
have guidance.
You do have a guidance if
Oh.
you want to pop off a 1d4.
Because that's gonna help.
Yeah, I guess.
You want to crank that 5 up to a 9?
9!
There you go. He looks at you with all genuine sincerity, with his eyes teared up, probably from pond scum, and seems that he is genuinely telling you
Yes.
he believes there are 2, and he doesn't know who.
Okay, and how many people are in the tribe?
It's something like currently 48 members total.
Okay. So, I don't know if it's worth really, since no names were named, I don't know if it's worth pressing the issue too much, guys. What do you think?
Oh, we just need to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Can
they
do,
told
like-
us everything they know.
I lied,
I
by the
mean-
way. You have 36 clan members besides.
Yeah, I thought it was
the,
in the 30s.
36 minus the ones that were just murdered.
Yeah.
Sure.
They weren't murdered. They were administered justice.
Yeah.
Well, the hunter was murdered, the one that the cat killed.
Well,
Yeah.
there's that. And not the
forgot
ones we
about him.
struck down.
When the cat ate, yeah.
We administered justice on the other 2,
Yeah.
per the chief's directive.
I mean, he did say do it. Just saying.
He did.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It was an order. You're just following orders. Never gotten anyone in trouble. So, as you've done your mild interrogation, let's take a quick break, or did we want to wrap up for the night?
I can take a break.
Okay, let's take a quick break so I can grab me some more bevy and turn the fan on. 'Cause
All
For
right.
some reason, it's gotten warm in the house.
Huh.
It's like 60 degrees. I gotta open a window.
64
gosh.
outside, yeah. And it's 76 in my house. God damn it.
Good insulation.
It's just not cold. That's all I know.
Well, you have a slightly different perspective on temperature.
I do. I'm kind of glad.
I don't do the heat cold well. Cold hurts.
See, I don't do the heat well.
I don't do the heat as well as I used to, but still do it better than the cold. Cold hurts.
Did you have a bad experience with cold?
I mean, I've never had super cold other than Oklahoma when I was a kid. And, I mean, you go sledding and you get like snow down the back of the neck of the jacket and the shit burns like fire, or somebody comes up and flicks your ear and it feels like it just shattered.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it hurts.
Those were the good old days. Okay, but no frostbite or anything.
No. Now I'm just old and got joints that like hurt when it gets too cold.
Yeah.
Plus, unfortunately, now I'm hypothyroid, so I don't have as good a temperature tolerance like I used to. That apparently has an impact on your temperature tolerances.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, all kinds of fun stuff as you get older.
Yeah. That part I'm familiar with.
Yeah, waiting to go see ortho again for my shoulder now. I got my left shoulder. I got bone spur and impingement in the joint. So
That's not
been
good.
Been painful and limited movement. So now I've got to go see ortho and see what they want to do with it.
I guess at least it's not arthritis, right?
Oh no, there's degenerative elements going on too on top of that. So.
Oh, okay, so it is.
So basically, what you're saying is you're getting old.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Arthritis everywhere, but yeah. No, the big part's the bone spur helping cause impingement in the left shoulder. So. Can apparently be as much as pain meds and rest, physical therapy, to cortisone shot, to surgery. So we'll see what they want to do.
Are you hoping for any?
Well, don't know that I really want surgery if I don't have to. I've heard cortisone can help, but it's temporary. And I've heard they can be quite painful because they got to jab the needle pretty good ways into anywhere they got to put it.
Yeah, that's the part I heard. Is it's relief, but it's also painful, and like you said, it's only temporary.
Yeah. So a long needle stuck into my shoulder does not sound like fun.
No.
No.
So. So I'm guessing it'll start with physical therapy, but
yeah, that's just a pain in the neck to schedule. So.
Oh, exactly. So it's part of the impingements to strengthen the physical therapies to strengthen the muscles, so the gap to relieve the collapsed gap in the shoulder. So there's some slight compression of the gap due to so we'll see.
On a slightly different note, just flipping through Facebook. A climber airlifted from Mount Fuji last week returned a second time to retrieve his phone just 4 days later, only to be rescued again.
Surely the price of that is more than a phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Chinese student living in Japan, yeah.
Yeah, one would hope they have like stupid motorist law type situation there.
Yeah. To at least sort of deter people from doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing we save you once, but you know what? You go back and do it again.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
you're on
charge
your
you
own the
for
second
everything
time.
Now.
Yeah.
There was probably something on the phone that was
Personal.
Gotta get this before somebody brings it back, and
It's the equivalent of delete my browser history.
exactly. Yes.
that could be possible. Incriminating evidence.
What's going on? The headphone there.
I don't know, somebody. Something's squeaking.
Yeah. Everybody got quiet too. Like not. Nope, not me.
Yeah. I just muted and it kept going. So
I think it's Jim's. I think he
Yeah.
might be out of range, or you sat it down somewhere. Huh?
I was muted, so I don't think it was me.
You
That's
were
my
lighting up
story, I'm
this.
sticking to it.
this now.
Yeah. Because as soon as you started talking, it went away.
Well, I do have a cat crawling up my butt right now. He's like, so since you're up, you wanna put some cat food on the floor?
Might as well.
I mean, they're
isn't that what
they're
you're there
still
for?
pissed at me because I gave them the food that they don't like.
Oh, it's Jim.
Just a slight static.
Yep.
I guess slight signal interference or something.
Yep. I'm not on a wireless, so it's not me.
Not bad. Just
And I don't have a
slight
tens
squeak.
unit in my back, so I know it's not messing with the wire.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, had to feed the beasts. They were like, "You're up. You better feed us, or we'll sit on your laptop and not let you get back to gaming."
Hmm.
Because the squeaker literally raced me to the chair to beat me to the chair, and then got on the desk.
That's all right. I just sit on them if they sit in my spot. Pretty quick.
So you guys have a night of festivities. You get to recuperate, recover. You spend the next day basically, getting, checked out, make sure none of your wounds are going bad or anything like that by some of the healers. Some of the healers each take turns dropping off food as well as, some medicinal aids for you. And totally one of them tells you about those gooey red leaf-filled mushy things, that it's basically a medicine to apply during doing some first aid, and it will totally give you advantage on your medicine check.
Nice. I don't know. Does somebody have medicine of some kind?
No.
Yeah, I've got medicine of 5.
Oh, well, there we
shit,
go.
okay, yeah.
Barkley is international druid and medicine tree.
Yeah. I'm more likely to kill you than anything else. With a -1 medicine.
Just gonna say, you ever seen that Sean Connery movie Medicine Man, where he finds the
yeah.
magical healing flower? Well, that was growing on
Yeah,
barley.
Yeah, but
Nice.
Exactly.
it was the ants, not the. Never mind.
Yeah.
They were growing on
Why?
barley too.
Well, I have it too, so I'm not terrible, but
But what do you think the ants have been eating for generations?
That's-
Plants.
So you guys, basically taken care of. You're allowed to get supplies. You guys can easily ask around and be given the equivalent of, and I'm sure you'll probably take it. Each of you guys can get 2 days worth of rations
Okay.
of various types, just by folks coming by and dropping off food. So there's 2 days of rations for each of you. Conveniently, 2 of you don't eat. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
they gave us sunshine in a bottle.
photosynthesis.
Scar told us to collect our urine. You take urine and drink it, right?
Oh god.
You are urine drinking trees. We heard pee on tree to make them happy.
If the pH balance is off, that could be a problem. Sorry. No thanks.
So in fact, the 2 eating drinking members of the tribe, you guys got 4 days worth of rations.
Oh,
See, look at that. What a deal you get having us
Yeah.
around.
yeah. What
Yeah.
a great system.
So is there anything that you guys are looking to trade for, to ask for? It never hurts to beg for something.
I don't know about big.
Hey,
Ask. Healing would be good.
did they have any bows
Yeah.
we could take?
Unfortunately, only the hunters had bows. There was
Didn't
one
you-
longbow. Are you proficient in longbow?
No.
There's that
Well-
What's your
one bow
proficiencies?
sitting out in the woods. Well, no, the joke is longbows don't exist in the setting, but on
Oh, lol.
on page 375, the hunters have longbows.
Yeah. Well, it was only a 1d4?
No, the longbow that's equipped with the hunters in their hands is a 1d8 plus 1 piercing.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought you rolled something lower, but okay.
I just rolled shit. That's what I rolled.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3 and then a 9.
Yeah, range of 600 feet. Yeah.
So are you hitting up
600 feet.
the
Damn.
warriors for weapons? Is that what you're going for?
Well, I was just wondering if we could get somebody with yeah.
Did you
The
take
long-
his armor? Is that better than what you have?
No, mine's better.
Okay.
His armor's on a corpse, whereas your armor's on a living warrior.
Yeah. My armor's considerably better.
Okay. I don't need the armor, so.
I could use armor, but I can't wear it.
You can totally wear it.
No, I thought trees couldn't wear.
Can't
By
they?
class.
Or is it the natural armor class that you're talking about?
No, it's
No.
by class. You should be able to.
Oh. Okay, then yeah. If there's some armor, I could totally use it because I've got a armor class of 9.
What?
What? Do you actually?
Is
What-
Dex
what
your
is your
jump
dexterity?
My
stat?
Good
dexterity is 8.
Oh,
Not bad. So
I'm a
minus.
tree.
And you're
Trees
not
are
armored?
not known for being flexible unless they're monk trees.
certain breeds of trees are more flexible.
Yeah.
But if you can wear whatever type of armor that is, I don't know what class of armor it is, but
It was not bone marrow.
Stone, basically studded leather. Stone,
I can wear
reinforced
light or
leather.
medium.
Okay, let's do some shopping montage.
Yeah, because I wear
Oh, yeah.
bone mail, so
Let's
'cause that's-
see.
Yeah. I want to be a tree in a studded leather jacket. That's awesome.
You're wearing mammal hide.
I mean, you wear clothing.
Here we go.
I kind of
Armor
drape
is
it
on
across
page
my
98 on the Planegea book.
Indian Sling Jeans.
101.
So, the...
Well, 99, but yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, his armor was the stone-studded leather, so it's basically light armor. So, yeah, it's 12
Oh, nice.
plus
Yeah.
your dex modifier.
Nice.
So 11.
Better than 9.
Hey, it's better
Yeah.
than 9.
I'm
I
not
mean-
complaining.
If you want, you could always barter for bone skirt or scale mail, or, you know, those are both probably within your price range in the village. That's a little higher, but, you know.
Can you wear up to medium?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
wear up
see?
to medium.
So if you're
what we
willing to
got?
ask around, you might be able to talk as they're carving up that cat to get a bone skirt instead.
Which would give
I
you a
mean, it's
12.
Not a leather
Yeah.
jacket, but
You would look cool in a bone tutu.
a bone kilt.
A bone tutu.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll be a tree in a bone tutu. That fits my character. How much is that
I
gonna?
feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
What do I have to trade for it?
So
Well,
do
what's
me
the
a
armor class?
favor and give me either a 12 or better on a persuasion or a deception.
Or okay. How's that?
Whoa.
The 22.
Dirty 22 will do is you totally are talking to some of these guys that are doing their thing, and they're just like, huh, making bone skirt for tree. Never done that before. As they totally, get to work doing this one-day montage work for you to craft you your own suit of bone skirt. I'll put it in the roll 20 stats there for you. It's normally 50 pieces of salt to do it, but you guys are big damn heroes. It's 13 plus your dex modifier, which makes it a little better than the stone-studded leather of the dead
And actually,
blood thing.
it would be 13 because you don't subtract your dex. It's just dex is a bonus.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
it's 13 plus a dex if you have dex.
Yeah.
If you don't, then it's just 13.
And it also does not give you disadvantage to stealth or swimming, which is the nice thing.
Nice.
Excellent. Do trees swim?
Everybody swims at some point.
That's fair.
Well, trees kind of float.
Yeah.
And in regards to Scar's request for weapons, you of course have antler claws, gripstones, atlatls.
Chris, can you use an atlatl?
Can I use an atlatl?
It would be a
Because you are
simple
obviously
ranged
not a
weapon.
frontline fighter.
Let me.
I mean, technically, anyone would want an atlatl. Come on, because then you can just say atlatl.
I think. I don't know, because
Are you proficient in simple ranged weapons?
I think so, because I've got like darts and javelins and slings,
yeah.
and so yeah.
Yeah. Atlatl
Okay,
would basically be a javelin.
Yep, then you would be proficient in the atlatl.
Excellent.
Which is basically like a stick with a hook that you put the thing on and just fling it.
Yep. Basically,
Yeah.
an extra 3 feet to add to your spear chucker.
Yep.
Because it's a spear chucker.
Basically, you're using this stick to fling a ballista bolt.
It's a leverage to
Yeah,
add
it adds
to your-
Yeah, there you go.
kind of like those ball throwers for dogs. But
Yeah,
it's,
exactly
actually.
like
it
those.
basically shoots like a 3-foot arrow with a thick shaft.
Yeah.
I'm just adding it to my.
The ammunition probably weighs more than an adult weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah,
My
'cause
ass.
it's basically just a teeny tiny thick stick with a hook on the end.
I doubt it weighs 2 pounds.
And it adds a shitload of penetration in real life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, it goes from you throwing one of these little throwing spears or javelins to all of a sudden you flick this and you get like an extra foot of penetration.
Yep. I mean, it literally triples or quadruples the amount of force.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an addle, and I actually can be, as a spider, I can be frontline, because as a spider,
Yeah,
I've
but
got
if you're
like
not,
yeah, if I'm not, then I want to.
what happens to your armor when you turn into a spider?
As a magical druid,
Everything
thanks
morphs.
to 5th edition, they all absorb into your new form.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
And also, it's a giant spider, not like a tiny
Well, yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
In
obviously.
3rd edition, you had to actually get special armor to do that, but in 5th edition, they're just like, nope, this is 5th, we want to make life easy.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous.
It's like I can turn from a human into a bear and you're complaining about my leather armor.
Yeah.
Well, I can't make it too easy for you.
Can you imagine poor werewolves?
Yeah, 'cause that
Special
doesn't
armor meant
convert.
to break at the seams.
Does anybody else need anything?
No.
don't think so.
Trying to look and think of it wrong.
Let's see.
Look. I don't think there was any really better weapon for me.
I mean, I can maybe get splint armor, but I mean, that's well above what I have trade-wise. And it only give an extra 1 armor class, so.
Okay. So you guys...
I will get a shield, though.
A shield, okay. Give me 1 persuasion with advantage for a shield, as you're judging the different folks that are building shields right now. There's a little shield circle making shields, and they see you, and one of the old grandfathers immediately lifts up his shield and says, I would be proud if Scar would wield my shield. And he totally just hands you a shield.
Nice.
Cool.
So you do realize 5 years from now, when you're leader of the tribe, he's going to come up to you and say, hey, you remember that shield?
Yeah.
There was a compound salt peace interest order on that. If you break the shield open and read, the leather contract is inside the shield. So as you guys basically go around recuperating the first day, then preparing the second day, you get ready to go and get rest before you take the next big step of your adventure by tracking this map, which you now have a better idea after talking to some of the other hunters, especially when folks say which direction BloodFang went often on his week-long hunts. That was in that exact direction. Is there any final thing you guys are planning before you go to bed and plan to set off in the morning?
Nothing I can think of. It's kind of funny they don't have something as simple as a staff, which is just a freaking long stick.
Yeah.
I mean, I can grow you a staff if you want.
No, but it's
now
like
who's
not
getting
even
dirty?
Not even a listed weapon, which is like, what the hell?
Oh,
That is funny.
Jim,
Well,
can
you
he
can
get a
totally.
staff?
The first thing it says in the weapons section is any weapon in the 5th edition can be used in Planegea with GM approval. Weapons are handmade with stone tools. So yes, you can have a staff.
So, okay, so
See, totally says right there.
Okay.
Do you want me to grow
I
you
mean-
one? I just like having that cantrip.
just show him a picture of
shillelagh?
a.
Yeah, but that's
no,
not
it's
permanent.
form weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's not permanent, though, right? It's.
I think so.
I think you create a temporary. If it's a cantrip.
Hey, doesn't that happen to every tree person?
Hey, Barkley, I think that water lily over there likes you.
It's been in
No,
full
she's-
bloom since he got distracted.
Wait. I'm too young to be a father.
Well, so it's a bow stick instead of a staff.
So as you guys do your little shopping
Oh.
montage through the village and everyone's clapping you on the backs and shoulders, proud of what you're doing, everyone is aware that you're going out, but not why you're going out, unless you guys want to tell anybody.
Well, if the chief didn't say anything,
Not my place.
yeah.
That's
Okay,
a
so you
chieftain
guys
or
are
chieftain's
keeping it pretty
cousin thing. For
mum's the
nephew.
word.
No, it's just more like if the chief didn't say, well, I'm just not going to say anything.
Okay, I'm liking this.
After
backing
what
each other.
happened, I'm pretty sure people could figure out. I mean, even a 5-year-old could figure it out.
I don't know if they roll a natural 1.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say I don't know that I could figure it out.
Okay, so as you guys go to sleep after
Um.
all your preps, ready for adventure in the morning, your heads hit your little leafy piles that feel soft and nice, and you each 4 feel a warm glow surround you as you go to sleep, and the glow goes ding as you all level up to level 3 before you head out on your next adventure.
Heyo.
Ooh.
Level 3 is the fun one.
Yep.
At level 3, things definitely happen as you guys are all making very important self-choices. Now the question is, do you guys know what choices you're making at level 3 yet?
Yeah. Oops.
I did, but I've forgotten.
Is there any intel y'all want to, in your dreams, drop on each other so that way you're aware of what your teammates can do? That may impact your selections. Our
Gotta pull
chanter's
up the
getting
other
more
book.
chanty. Our druid's getting more druidy.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Level 3. I gotta look and see what a level 3 does here.
Oh, hell yeah, I get expertise. Love to see it.
Now the question is, what skill are you going to use your expertise on?
Well, let's see. Probably one of the charisma ones, let's be honest.
Gonna bust out with the epic riz.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Now remember, I'll always play devil's advocate here and throw out there's always the medicine or stealth as options as well for expertise.
I could take stealth because I already have proficiency in it, but I do not have proficiency in medicine. think I will take stealth, though.
Champion.
Wow. Okay, that's going
Wow.
to be interesting.
Level 3 monk.
So, well, I'm looking at the Way of Abnegation feature,
Oh.
the Planegea monk.
Ouch.
So, ward blows. You can use your reaction to mitigate the strike when you're hit by a melee weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0, you create an opening for a counterattack. You can spend 1 key point to make a melee attack against your attacker as part of the same reaction. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
And abstention, the key flows through your body, sustains you further than most. You only require half as much food and water to ward off exhaustion.
What's half of 0?
In this case, half as much sunlight and soil.
Yeah, so a half
Yeah.
hour of sunlight and half as much water.
Your key is mixing in with your vital fluids, and you basically are flowing beautifully as a tree.
Yep. In addition, whenever you complete a long rest, your exhaustion is reduced by 1 additional level.
Which means you recuperate very quickly.
Yep.
But yeah, that ward blows is a ridiculously good ability.
Well, yeah, 1d10. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Plus the dex modifier plus the level.
Yep. And it lets you do something with your reaction.
Yeah. I mean, I can basically do that once per round. That's huge.
Yeah. It turns the monk into a really good tank. You know, it's like the picture of the tiefling where you're just seeing the arrows shatter against you.
Yep.
You will always have something to do with your reaction.
Is that a staff or is that...
I'm thinking that's a polearm of some kind. Probably counted as the monk weapon, because it's like a staff with a big honky shoulder blade or rock tied to it.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
I like the fact that her outfit has the rocks around the waist. There's a rock girdle.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that must be the kind of monk that has the weight, so they can drop them and say, "Haha! I've been fighting at disadvantage because I keep weights on my waist and wrists."
All right. So 3rd level. That would be nice. And then now I have a bow staff. Or a quarterstaff.
Yeah, bow staff is only about 18 inches.
Yeah, not quarterstaff's the weapon.
No, that's a Joe staff. I'm sorry, J-O. Bow staff is...
Yeah, Joe staff is like the Filipino staff, stick fighting.
Yeah.
A bow staff it's thinner than a quarterstaff and a little longer.
Quarterstaff, because it's 1d6 or 1d8 two-handed.
Yeah.
It's about the Joe staff is about from when you're holding it, just to about your armpit for concealment.
Yeah. Where a bow staff is about 6 foot.
It's a quarterstaff, yeah. It should be at least your height plus a few inches. Like if you're 5'5", it should be around 6'8".
Yeah.
Your height plus 2 fists.
Well, it also depends on which martial art and everything, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the ones that show how they can do it really fast with those really short staffs that are tapered. It's like, yeah, those are for show. You can't actually use those in a fight.
Oh, like when they're doing the waxwood ones that have a whole bunch of bend?
No, it's when they're just showing like the twirls and stuff with the staff.
Huh?
But I mean, but the staff is only like maybe 4 feet, 5 feet, and it's like the middle of it, the middle foot is straight, and then it tapers a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Those, I mean, those no good in a fight.
Yeah, those are like bamboo staffs. You hit them and they splinter.
Well, that and they're made just so you can swing them fast. That's all that you can do with them.
Yeah.
They're too short to
like
actually
most
use.
demonstration weapons. It's meant to be cool for show, but you wouldn't want to have blades clash that are not meant to clash.
No. Well, then, it's a dull blade. It's kind of hard to practice with.
Yeah.
Well, because it doesn't grip the other blade properly.
Yeah, they kind of twang off each other because it's
they
flat edge
slide.
to flat edge. Yeah.
Hey, will you stop it? We don't have food.
Now he's being accosted by a furry baby.
Furry baby? He's older than I am, basically.
As the cat rolls on its back and shows the belly and says, "Banana baby."
Yeah, except for you're not supposed to scratch their belly, because then they scratch you.
The belly's a trap.
Yep. What
Basically
do you
like
want?
a big bear trap.
You have food, you have water.
I heard that raspy.
Stupid cat. Yeah, my cat doesn't really meow. He kind of croaks.
See,
He's
my
broken.
guys got their food and then they went to their neutral corners to go sleep it off.
I only got the one.
Meaning they will be fully recharged for 3 a.m. zoomies.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, haha, you fool, you fed us 4 hours before zoomie time. What you did not know is I'm ready for zoomies.
Oops, I didn't want to hit that. Alright, so I have to put it in twice for versatile.
Oh, to get it to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was a trigger, but I guess not.
And remember for next session, because Skype is disappearing, I'll have to make a Discord channel for this game. And I'll shoot it to you guys once I make it. Now, do you guys want me to make a Discord channel or just make a Monday, a plain Geo one just for you guys, or just an open Monday channel?
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, we've yet to have anyone lurk and join in one of our chats without us knowing, so it hasn't been a problem. But
well, you definitely know when if they join, you know it. I mean,
yeah.
And then I give you all moderator power, and you start bumping people out.
Well, I don't care if people.
Hell, there's only 4 of us. Somebody can join. Another character wouldn't hurt.
I have shot offers out, but Monday is apparently like the worst day ever. Next to Saturday and Friday, it seems.
And Joseph just flat out refuses to play D&D now.
Yeah, I sent him a couple messages to try to figure out what's good for timing, because I know it's not just D&D, on our Friday night game too. It's been pretty much no show, which sucks because they're right there at the cusp of finishing the campaign.
I know.
You will be finishing the campaign Friday. Even if it's only one of you grabbing the MacGuffin and running back to your vault.
It's funny.
With an army of rad scorpions following you.
Oh, Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so my weapons are working. Now I also have to look at the monk, and I don't think there's anything else at third level.
Yeah, I think for the monk, you might get one. No, you don't get another chi, do you? It's like every 2 levels. But yeah, I think you just get the way gift. Whatever your new way is.
Yeah. Did you get anything exciting on the bard?
Yeah, I thought that I had decided that I was going to do College of Eloquence, but College of Lore, you get 3 skills, which is so many. And
Oh,
College
Lore?
of Glamour has like a bunch of fun feats and stuff. So I'm like, shit. Thought I had it figured out.
Yeah, and then you start looking, and it's like,
All of a sudden, you get all these options. Let me see.
Yeah.
Was there a new bard out of the Planegea? No?
No, it
Nothing
doesn't
exciting,
look like
or?
it.
Yeah, it's mostly just
Okay.
Yeah,
Bard
it's basically.
reflavored.
So it also means you could have a bard, the duelist one, the pirate one, where you can give yourself the bardic inspiration. Say screw you guys. The
Oh.
College of Swords.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't read that one very closely.
It's
Okay.
She's like,
great
oh,
if you're
wait a
playing a
minute.
pirate
What?
game.
Yeah,
It's
because
not so
I haven't been
great
doing the
if you want to be
stabbing.
a team player. If you want to be a team player, it's not the great because it's basically making yourself better and competent in fighting and
Yeah.
stuff. Because you can
It's
give
like the
yourself bardic
swashbuckler.
inspiration to sword fight.
Right.
It's like the swashbuckler thief, or rogue, where it's your like
the
solo fighter.
the swashbuckler,
a team.
rogue.
You're
Yeah.
the multi.
Yeah.
You're a individual fighter, flashy individual combat instead of team player. It's all about repositioning and.
I mean, the bards have been one of my favorite classes in all the D&Ds because it gives you so many options. It gives you the talkie-talk skills, which as a player I love having the talkie-talk skills, and the fallback of I don't want to say the talkie-talk. I'm just gonna roll the dice for the talkie-talk.
Yeah.
Actually, bard or a monk at 3rd, I do get another key point, so I'm at 3 key points, and deflect missiles. So like, I can deflect range stuff and say screw your damage, one or the other. Nice. Oh, you know what though? That wouldn't make much sense.
What's that?
Well, the deflect missile is basically the other skill except for missiles.
Yeah, instead of getting a free attack, you get to throw it right back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you get both because.
Is there a good way to manually add expertise bonus, or do you just go through the character mancer to level up?
I would manually do the expertise. Let me jump in your character sheet to walk you through that real quick.
For sure.
Because there actually
the character mancer is probably not going to work this well.
Yeah, the character mancer is not going to work for this setting very well.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're playing bard, it should work okay for you. But I don't know.
That's true. Bard, tiefling actually are both.
Yeah.
Both in
There's
there.
a little difference,
pretty
but
present.
not much.
Yeah.
Which college are you gonna go for?
I think I'll probably go. Well, actually, hold on. Let me look at the.
It's like this one.
I'm looking at the.
But maybe this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the higher level stuff for the 2 that I'm deciding. Just in case it gets. There's any sort of. Okay, yeah, I'll go with glamour.
Okay, so in the character mancer, see if glamour is an option. If it's not, you'll have to do it manually because it may not be an option. For me, it is an option, but I've got a lot of stuff unlocked, so I don't know if it's one of those ones that D&D blocked, or if Roll20 has access to it. Or if I should say your Roll20 has access to it, because I know mine does.
Bard.
So hopefully it does.
3. Average level 2 to 3. Whoa, hello. Okay, got it. Never mind. Yeah.
I'm sneaking
Okay,
over
it
your shoulder.
looks.
I'm not touching nothing, but I'm sneaking over your shoulder. So
Yeah.
first you want to do your hit points, which is you can either roll or take the average.
Yeah, I'll probably take the average.
Me personally, I trust the
Multi-class,
average.
no. Yeah, same.
So it's going to tell you what the bard ones
here.
are. You get bardic versatility. And so it looks like glamour is an option.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes. Yay, expertise. I will choose stealth, actually. Stealth and persuasion, let's see. Oh boy.
And it looks like at 3 you get a little more magic.
Slay.
One more spell and you get
boy.
one more slot.
Yeah, now I have to pick out spells, which is the hardest part of all of it.
And you get your first, second level spells. You get 2 uses of those.
Takes me forever to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Like, what spells do I do?
I need to pick a new animal to change into.
Ooh.
As a Circle of the Moon Druid, I get to do a challenge rating as high as 1, and it's a bonus action to change.
So you're going for the shape-shifting specialization. I like it.
Yep, because I like being a shape-shifting tree.
Right?
And the fact that you can do it as a bonus action means I can move, shapeshift, and eat your face.
Exactly.
And you can turn into tougher stuff. And don't forget, check out because you've got a copy of Planegea's PDF, right?
Yes.
Check in there for animals as well, because those are options too for shapeshifting.
Yes.
There are some really nice low-level creepy things that you could turn into.
Gods and Bestiary 318.
Gonna get all crazy.
Oh, that's a god.
What?
There we go. Oh, the first one I looked at, I'm like, unkillable Urhosh. And then, armor class 19, hit points 39. Oh, that's a god. Never mind.
When you ask if you're a god, what do you say?
You see?
Right?
Yes.
No.
But I still can't be a flying animal.
What? Does that come later? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the flying and the swimming comes later.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a shapeshifter. Because you just don't got tired of your tree form. Now you're already tired of a human form.
Yep. I'm just
See how you are. Just not content.
I'm just trying to find myself.
Yeah.
You're trying to find the right form that feels just right.
Right?
I can choose heat metal as a second level spell. I'm sure that would be super helpful.
I'm
yeah.
Helpful and a
probably
bonus.
setting?
not for the best.
Extremely.
I mean, if you go to the giant city, maybe.
That's funny. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I could have been a raptor.
Ooh. Maybe I should be an Eldritch Knight. No, just kidding.
They're intriguing. I've kind of played one, didn't get far, but
It's a cool class.
yeah.
Everything's either 1/2 or 8. Ooh, Spider Raptor. Challenge level 2, though.
Oh,
Almost there.
That's funny. Yeah, because what do you get now? What, 1 CR?
Yeah. Swift Claw.
I mean, seeing as that's basically free hit points and AC, I mean that's pretty tasty.
Yeah. It is. It happy and.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. At least that.
Dire Sloth. But it's a CR5.
A witch?
A Dire Sloth.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
Yeah.
At some point, all of a sudden, turning into a dire sloth will be like the thing that saves the party. As you turn into a giant sloth to put them up on a ledge or something, and then you slowly crawl behind. It will be the thing that saves the group, all because you wandered past a giant sloth so you could copy it in the future.
Exactly.
He's hanging from the tree again. Got it? Alright. Okay. So yeah, that makes him pretty badass with deflect missiles and
being able to suck
melee
damage.
Well, yeah, can suck up the damage either melee and or missile.
Yep. I mean, you're missing out on the cool manipulating the elements power that really sadly does suck.
Yeah,
I tried playing an Avatar monk, and that whole master of the way of the elements, it ends up sucking in gameplay. It really does.
Yeah, well, there's another. What's the sun one or whatever?
The sun one is good, and so is the ninja assassination one, the shadow one.
Yeah.
But that's if you want to go full ninja.
Yeah, I did the sun one for a while once. That one was actually decent.
Oh, I think I'm in
Yeah,
love.
you gotta love this thing, the Deathwalker Challenge 26, 90,000 XP, Strength 28, Constitution 24, Intelligence 2.
Mighty, very small brain.
Gargantuan beast.
I think I may have found my new shape.
You found your new. You want to be a salty spider?
Yeah.
Who?
It's a salt spider. It's a CR1 creature that has pack tactics, salt camouflage, so it has advantage on dex to hide in salty environments. It has standing leap. It can jump 15 feet, and its height up to 10 feet without a running start. Has multi-attack, so it can make attack with its legs and its bite. Has a +6 to bite, and does bite and poison, and has barbed legs it can attack with.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and if it hits with its legs, it does slashing damage, and if the target is of medium size or smaller, the creature is grappled.
This is a CR2?
It's a CR1 spider.
One.
Yeah, it's a medium beast.
It's only got 22 hit points.
I like this only, you say.
And how many hit points does your character have?
Well, yeah, there is that.
And it's got +8 to stealth, +5 to perception and has a passive
Jesus.
perception of 15.
What is it with
Yeah.
you and spiders, man?
They're good. They're great creatures.
You have a bunch of them in your forest where you were at, or what?
Apparently.
Before Barkley came out of the tree, Barkley was covered in webs, just like in Australia when they have that bird spider season, where everything is laced in spider web.
Ooh.
I mean, really, dude. Alright, so...
It's a pretty good spider.
What's my hit dice? 8.
Ooh.
The salt spider, most commonly found among salt deposits. This white spider is naturally disguised with the rugged abdomen, allowing it to blend in with its surroundings. When creatures come to taste the precious mineral, the salt spider attacks, and its webs are usually littered with terribly well-preserved corpses. So you guys know what that means. As a druid, Christopher is telling us you would like to encounter salt spiders so he can shapeshift into an animal he's experienced. And since your tribe has not directly been around salt deposits, he would like to experience the joy that is these salt spiders.
Well, maybe a sword quill would be better.
So I'm sensing at this hidden camp of evil cultists, at one time the cave was a salt mine. So nearby is a salt mine deposit where the salt spiders reside.
You know, I think that could be fun too, though.
I have encounter down. All right. The shit writes itself.
Right then.
You guys don't have to thank me.
Are we cured or healed up of our damage?
You guys will be all healed up when you take off.
Alright.
Let's just hope you don't get lost.
Well, there's always that possibility. Alright,
Oh,
hit
wait.
points.
Ooh, that is disgusting.
Hey, Jim?
Sticky mouth.
Can I turn into one of those wolves from the Midgard campaign?
Yes, you can turn into one of those very weak, cowardly ones that you ran into in the forest.
That's not what the ones I meant.
Did you mean the attack dog? That's ridiculous.
Yes.
No.
Our single friend that we had the pleasure of.
Obviously, that attack dog was trained from birth to be the strongest, most powerful, murderous attack dog ever. And you know, I never got a response from the writer of Midgard on that.
Oh, that's funny.
Too embarrassed to admit.
I mean, that stuff happens. It's still technically not in print. It's all, playtest material, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, that was
It was just funny that we're fighting a wolf that makes a dire bear look like a piece of garbage.
Yeah, this wolf
Here it is as a rival, and it's got nemesis freaking stats.
Oh God! It would basically have like an armor class of like 19 or 20.
As your Vikings say, you literally say that canine is the descendant of Fenris himself, come to get you.
Yeah.
Fenris was on the side of the Frankians.
Yeah, it was a badass wolf.
And it had all the rolls going for it too.
It was like a warg.
But apparently it was just somebody's pet dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was probably named something like Princess or Fido.
Fluffy.
Mr. Fluffy Bottoms.
I don't see what the spell was there, Emma. I think you got some stuff.
Yeah. Empty.
Like abjuration, verbal somatic material, but that's all.
Sure.
Oh, DC 13 though, whatever
Oh,
it was.
right.
That's
Yeah.
half the struggle right there.
Yeah, that's the only problem with age class in the game. Setting up a spell in your spell list, but then going in and if it's an attack, you got to go put all that crap in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like our druid got lesser restoration, which is a very powerful spell.
Yes.
Yep.
That will be useful. Well, I hope it's not useful.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have some kind of healing and things like that, because another game, there's like no healing in the damn thing.
Yeah.
Runes of Sambarum is hard when it comes to healing.
How's that game going?
The group found all of these things to do that have nothing to do with the big, scary, creepy black mold.
Figures.
Currently, they're in the basement getting possessed and almost killing each other. It was great.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, it's Squirrel. Side quest. Oh, look at that little trail. Let's go check that trail out. It'll only take a second.
They
4 sessions later
and earned themselves a tower, and when they cleaned it up, they found out there was a trapdoor under the dirt.
Yeah.
And sadly, our witch tried to use Spirit Walk and realized the door blocked spirits. Later on, realized, thank God, the door blocked spirits. Oh wait, did we leave that hatch open?
Yeah, because there's undead and spirits floating around, so really good place for us to be.
Is compartmentalized off. I mean, until the goblins rolled ones over the hatch, things were great.
Yeah, the goblins dove into the hatch by accident into the undead den.
They were gonna slam the hatch shut, and the one goblin was helping the other goblins so they could do it, and then double ones were rolled.
Oh.
And then both goblins went down the hole.
Closing the door behind them. while I was posed and ready to cast Shatter on the skeletons that were at the bottom of the hatch.
I feel so bad for you, because you're just like, someone opened the hatch. I'm just blow the shit up. And everyone keeps closing the hatch on you.
I know. Like, really, dudes?
I'm like, you had this great plan. I was practically waiting until their hatch exploit happened to say, do you want to hold action to blow up the 3 undead scratching away down there as soon as someone opens the hatch?
Yeah. Well, once they dove down, I couldn't cast it, because then they'd get caught in it until they moved out of the way.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yes.
But it's a rough game, because we have the extent of our healing is a poultice that can be used once and needs a short rest. Think short rest. Short rest or long rest. Think short rest before you can use this poultice again, and it does a whole 1d4 hit points.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 lay of hands.
Yeah, our
for 5 points each.
The witch's version of healing is basically just lay on hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No healing spells.
In a setting where magic
eats you alive. Where you have all the spell slots you would like, as long as you're willing to take the corruption. You can keep using spell slots and earning corruption, and then all of a sudden you burst out in tentacles.
Luckily, with my witch, I got lots of points.
Yeah. Your witch was built appropriately.
But, it can add up real quick. So, like when you cast so you get to make some spells like favorites. So if it's a cantrip, it doesn't cost you corruption, temporary corruption. If it's a regular leveled spell, you only take the level of corruption. So first level spell, you take 1 corruption. Where normally, or any spell that's not a favorite, you only get a little bit as you go to be able to make favorite. It's the level plus 1d4 per cast of temporary corruption.
And you can only take, like what?
I have 11. So.
Yeah. Oh, you get that high?
Usually it's 6 to 11 on corruption. The casters get a bigger pool because they're casters.
Yeah.
So they dip into corruption often. I'm totally waiting to find out which one of you will eventually find a real ring of the Iron Enclave that makes you immune to corruption.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, instead
So-
of corruption, you take hit point damage equal to the corruption. But
Oh, well, I
still,
couldn't handle
it's
that,
better
but-
than corruption.
Well, Anshin needs that, because Anshin has 2 permanent corruption already out of 3.
Yeah.
So, that was at, like, creation.
Yeah,
So,
purposely took the background that is full of corruption to totally, I think someone just wants to grow tentacles. Watch it become something worse, like, oh, you now have an undead arm. Or, oh, look, your eyes have turned inky black. All the bad things have happened to you. I mean,
Yeah.
character-wise, it was actually kind of funny because his character, Silence's backstory is they become mute since they murdered their friends in a fit of rage. And last session, they were possessed by a lostling who wanted to murder the team. And he had a glint of joy in his face when I said, Anshin, roll your character's attack on your nearest friend. Let's roll to see which one you would attack. I almost think Anshin did not want to be depossessed. There was a look of sadness when Silence was no longer able to be possessed for the next 24 hours. And then the evil ghost said, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, the bastard wouldn't even play with me.
Because the best part was, someone left the door open to escape. So like a little Fraggle Rock character, it ran for the open hatch.
We weren't expecting flying, possessing things.
This is true.
Oh.
You thought it would just be full of a bunch of undead that couldn't crawl out of the hole. Even though they fucking were rolling amazing at crawling out of the hole.
Well, those were some fast... so, skeletons with a +3 initiative. Like, what the...
Yeah. And the fact that rolling at disadvantage, 2 of them managed to roll higher than a 16 to climb a blank fucking wall that had no rungs.
Dunculous.
Like, don't trust the dice to be the dice, because they will do crazy shit. And then, people roll double ones with advantage.
She was like, what?
Brand new dice did her dirty.
Yeah. Alright.
All right, so shall we call it,
all
guys?
set. It is 12:13. I need to get... I got busy day tomorrow.
Yep, we got the works and the AMs. We got the
Yeah,
getting up and
show-offs.
What the hell is that thing?
What's what thing?
Oh, the other creature he posted.
Oh, that's the quill.
Oh, the little sword
quill.
quill. It's basically
Yeah.
a porcupine with blades. A CR1
It's a hedgehog. It's a hedgehog.
with armor rating of 13, but 9 when prone because its underbelly is soft. But 45 hit points. It has a walking speed of 30, but a burrowing speed of 20. Great way of getting out of a cave. Just gonna throw that out there. Poor eyesight, so disadvantage with perception. Spiky hide. When a creature touches the sword quill or hits it with a melee attack, within 5 feet, the sword quill can choose to deal 2d6 piercing damage. I think it will always choose to do that to someone. And then
Unless it gets bumped by, Scar.
Yeah. And then it has multi-attacks, so it has 2 attacks, one with its claws and one with its spines. The claws are +4 to hit, and it does 1d6 +2 slashing, and then the spines are +4 to hit, watching a porcupine butt bash ya, and does 1d6 +2 piercing damage.
Wow.
It's a spider alternative.
Ridiculous thing. So what I'm also hearing is at some point we will have to show a sword quill fighting off some other monster out there, so our druid can witness this happen. Now the question is, does our druid help the sword quill, or does the druid just watch their fight and see nature take its course?
Right.
I
Actually, it's
mean,
a salt spider and sword quill fighting. And then it's like, which one do I want?
Which one do I shapeshift? The sword quill that dug into their burrow, or the spiders?
Too funny. All right. Well, those either one ought to be entertaining.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
all right, guys. All right. Good game.
Later.
All right. Have a good
Right.
night, guys.
See
Good
you in a few
night.
weeks. Bye.
And hey, guys, we will be back tomorrow night for our Sons and Daughters of Mandalorian Star Wars game. That takes place at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till about 9. So join us on Twitch or hit us up on YouTube afterwards, because everything we do on Twitch, we slide over to our YouTube channel where you can watch everything from panels at Wawa West Con to the fashion show and teapot racing from Wawa West Con 13. And all the other good stuff. Hit us up on Patreon as well if you want to jump in on any of those games. We did say we do need some extra bodies and chairs. So if you want to play Planegea, I do have a 5th chair free, and I know they'd love somebody of any healing abilities, or just anybody that can help kill things faster. And we also need, I believe, one more person for our Iron Kingdoms Thieves of the Five Fingers game that we're doing over at D&D Journey the 5th edition. So if you guys are interested, hit us up on Patreon. I have our monthly schedule posted there, as well as the extra games. Plus, May the 4th be with you. May Revenge of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th. And This is the May is coming up in just a week for Star Wars one-shots. May the 4th is going to be a in-person game over at Tucson Games and Gadgets Sunday night. I think we're going to go like 3 to 6, the same time frame we normally do our Ruins of Sambara there. We did just say Ruins of Sambara does need a 5th person if you want to join us with some really, really rough anti-human pro-elf protecting the Dark Forest game where healing is really difficult in the game, as we were talking about. And that's done bi-weekly Sundays 3 to 6 at Tucson Games and Gadgets in the Tucson Mall. Just let us know if you're interested. And I think that's all the only games that we have openings in. But hit us up. I always do panels and posts on patreon.com/cppn for other one-shots that are going out. I do have a new copy I just picked up of The Electric State, the graphic novel that became the movie on Netflix that is now an RPG from Free League that I do need to get a one-shot group to play. I also have Otherscape Metro and Otherscape Tokyo to do a one-shot at least with, to get people to play the new Son of Oaks, new sci-fi cyber mythical tie-in game. So a bunch of games that I need to run and play. I also have the second edition